Y'all very comfortable right now, bro. Making all this goddamn noise. I'm just trying to sleep. And they be bugging me, bro. They be bugging me. I just be trying to sleep. And these people just... You hear that shit? Nothing. Bro, these two siblings... Maybe they are siblings. I don't know. I've been seeing some freaky stuff on the law. I don't know if they is siblings, but that's what I was told. Shit, I don't know. But they in the hands of Khadijah, so you know one of them about to die one day. Nah, but I got those turtles because of my friend. Some shit went down, so she's not in position to be able to take care of these fuckers. So they staying at Auntie's house indefinitely. Listen, these turtles is like 14, 15 years old. They should tell me 15, 16 years old. Shit, they haven't been in the hands of Khadijah, bro. Like, R.I.P. in advance. Just letting y'all know. I mean, they cool. They just noisy, bro. Oh, something happened. I don't know. And they nosy as hell, and they always hungry, bro. Just like everybody, but yeah. Just wanted to show you that, or start off this video like that. I'm gonna go downstairs. My mom made some cassava leaves, so I'm gonna put that in a bowl, package that, and get into the car, spark up, and talk to you guys some more. So yeah, stay tuned. So I'm currently going downstairs. It's mad dark in my house. That is the norm. You cannot see me. You can only hear me. I am in the Matrix. But yeah. Okay, now there's a little bit light, so you can see me a little bit more. I'm just gonna... there's the rice there. The cassava leaf there. I'm just going to put that... Well, actually... that's how you know I'm a little kid still. This bowl was in my room for I don't know how long, maybe. And so now I have to wash it, you know, good, and then put more rice and shit into it. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, hold on. Yep, that'll be Dawn. Oh, not Dawn. Okay, so just wash that. See, so now I'm gonna put in the rice. Look at that. Look at that, baby. Move my spoon. Grab this spoon and put it in there. Alright, I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, rice is in the pot. Rice is in the bowl. Now it's time for the cassava leaf. Ha ha ha. Let's do the reveal. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, this is John to the brim. Alright, let me put it in the bowl. Oh, shit. Alright, that is packaged up. So now I'm just going to pour water into my bottle. And then, oh, I gotta grab my phone upstairs. But then we should be headed out after that. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing that I usually do. Pour a little bit of ginger. As you can see how much ginger we drink. I'm just gonna pour a little bit. Let me open the container. Put that right there. Oh. There's some ginger. Oh. Okay, yeah, just a little bit. I don't like to... I mean, I like ginger in my drink, but since there's so little left, I want to be able to give it to everybody else. Hold on. The drink before we go. You know, I think that's like the first sip of water that I had all day today. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. All right. Let me just go get my phone from upstairs. And you'll probably see me next in the car. All right. All right. I'm currently in my car. That was going to be smoking, but I literally have nubs for roaches. So I'm going to be rolling up. But... I think this video It's just kind of like, oh, watch me do something, get into my car. And I just wanted to be just active, you know. A lot of the times I wonder, like, how do I spend my time? How do I spend my days? And, you know, especially now that I know that, you know, unemployment is going to be just around the corner, you know, I want to make sure that I'm using all of my time that I have wisely. And I mean, to be honest, today wasn't one of those days like I could have edited videos because I wasn't working. So all I did today was lay in bed. That's all I did. Like, other than to go to the bathroom, I just laid down. I didn't even eat today. Like, I had smoothies that I made, but this is going to be my first meal of the day. And it's like, I just don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time because, you know, honestly, you know, I've been smoking more weed than I should be, in the sense of like what I was supposed to be doing, you know, for a good amount of weeks or maybe months even. I was smoking only once a week. And since my grandmother passed away, I have not been able to uphold that whole structure, and it's been pretty hard. I look at myself as a person who can do a lot of things, and, you know, weed has always been the thing that I've been addicted to, but I have yet to, like, really just get away from. It's getting hot. Let me put down the window. Oh, shit. It was getting hot, and I don't really feel like turning the thing. But, yeah, it's something that I've been dealing with since I started smoking, which was when I was 18 years old, and I'm 24 now. So, you know, 4 years from now, it'll be 10 years. And it just feels like I'm doing the same things that I once was like, no, I love not smoking weed a lot, like once a week, you know. I knew that I would not be fully able to get rid of weed because of where my life is currently, but I just didn't know I would fall back into this. And it's like, once you have that whole ideology of like, yeah, I'm only a smoker who does it once a week, you know, going back to your same old habits of every day, it just makes you feel like shit. Honestly, it makes you feel like you're not strong enough to do it. And it's like, I know I can do it, but I don't have any incentive other than the fact it's based off of other people and how other people perceive me. But it's not necessarily like how I perceive myself. Like, I know that I am an intelligent human being. I know that I am capable of so much, and I will be a part of that. It's the reason why I don't like putting my window down, because there's so much traffic. But I know that I am capable of doing everything that I've ever said that I was wanting to do. And I know this, but with the stigma of weed and how everybody looks at it, you know, you smoke, they think that you're giving your life away. They think that, you know, you won't amount to something higher because you smoke weed. They think that you will go off the rails and start becoming some kind of drug addict that never amounted to anything other than the category of drugs that they tried, you know. And this is happening to me, and it's happening, you know, with my mother, you know, and how she feels about me smoking weed. And it's just like, it's like, I understand 100% where she's coming from, because she comes from a family where she's dealt with, you know, people in her life that abuse drugs, abuse alcohol, and they never amounted to anything. She recently lost a brother because of that. He was a drinker. He always drank. He never did anything else. And recently he passed away due to, you know, liver failure and all that stuff. And, you know, and it's such a shame that that's how her life was growing up, you know, how she views drugs and alcohol. You know, like, why would I be like, I don't know where that's coming from, like, she's talking crazy? Like, no, she's talking with full sense. Everything that she's relaying to me is 100% accurate, you know, but it's just so disrespectful to me due to me being me. You know, I've accomplished so much in my life. smoking weed on a regular basis. Like I mentioned, I smoked weed when I was 18. So that was after high school. Just graduated, like 2-3 days after high school. And then, I went, obviously I went to college. I had very impressive internships. I kept my grades up, high GPA. Like always, I was on the dean's list a couple of times. It was just like all this, and I graduated smoking weed every single day. Like, if you talk to any of my professors from any of my major classes, or honestly almost every other class that I took, you'd be like, they may not remember my name, but they'll see my face and be like, oh yeah, I remember her, she was a good student. Oh yeah, she asked a lot of questions. Oh yeah, she's very smart. That's how I am, bro. I'm a front row seater in all of my classes. I do not sit in the back. I like to sit in front, right in front of the teacher. I like to take notes. I like to ask questions. I've always been an inquisitive person, and I've accomplished so much. And it's not to say that, at the end of the day, it just feels like all I come down to is Kadi, the weed smoker. You know what I mean? And perhaps that's not the whole image, but that's how it feels, because I do all of these things. I remember her being so afraid, like, how are you going to get a job and this, that, and the third, drug test and this, that. And I proved it. You see what I mean? Like I keep on mentioning, like, I've accomplished, like, so much stuff to just, for that to be it. I mean, it's just, that's just how it feels. That's my perspective in everything. And it's like, yo, I've proven to you, and I proved it, that I can fucking do this. And I've done it, and I'll prove it to you again. The fuck? I mean, that's why it's like, I'm mad. I'm more so upset, because it's like, I don't know, like, do you think that that's all I'll amount to? Like, she's a nurse, so she's in the healthcare, and so she mainly thinks about my health and, the things that arise from being a smoker, which I 100% understand, but don't get. I get, but I don't understand, because I have yet to incur any of those things that she's, afraid of me doing, and whether or not I want it or not, it will happen if it's meant to happen. I can't control that. There's so many cigarette smokers and weed smokers out here, but yet not everybody gets cancer or any of these challenging, things. I literally have coworkers that have been smoking since they were teenagers. And till this day, they still do it, and they're in their 50s, 60s, and they go on smoke breaks. I don't want to say pretty frequently. Like, every day, they're going out. And it's just like, you look at that, and then, you know what I mean? And so it's such a compare and contrast, because it's like, I'm comparing myself to people that I don't even know. I don't know what they're going through. I don't actually know who they are, but it's like, look at what they're doing. And then you'll find the examples of people who were cigarette smokers, and they're going through all of this hardship, due to those factors. And it's like, honestly, I'm just learning that your experience, it's all been written down. Like, you were meant to experience the things. Because why is it that you notice how, like, there'll be healthy people who strike dead before the age of, 40. And then you have these chain smoking, whiskey drinking motherfuckers, they die in their sleep at the age of 80. And I'm like, you can't, like, you can eat all the vegetables, you can do all of the keto diets, all this shit, and still end up sicker than a dog. And you did everything right. It kind of goes back to me getting fired, right? Like, I did everything right and still lost my job, versus people who came in late all the time, never gave a fuck, and they probably still have a job. And that's just how it is. And that's what people tell you. That's just the world, honey. And that's what I'm saying. I smoke weed. I'm not gonna go through all those things. That's just my story. And so, I don't know. But that was like the whole rant. I'm still rolling this up because I'm so invested in this story. But but I'll catch you on the flip side. I think this is like a video about, you know, a little day in the life or something, but then also like the stigma of weed, you know, and how you're more than just this addictive plant. I'm not going to be like, it's not even addictive, like I can stop any time. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's all about what you want for yourself. And you know, there hasn't been anything in my life that really makes me want to be like, all right, I need to chill. Like, of course, like I've had those, but then it's like, dude, like I did everything right, you know, being a whole pothead. Like what can I not do? What can I not do? I'm still the same person. What can I not do? But anyway, that's on that. But if you like this video, if you love my rants, me talking about just my regular life, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. I am more than a plant. You know, even plants are alive just the same as us, but I'm more than this. I'm more than this. I'm more than being a fucking pothead, Bob Marley, you know, shit. Like, I'm more than that. Like, I am Kadi. I am a consistently profitable trader. Like, I have my own music studio. I have time freedom, bro. I'm doing better than all these other motherfuckers here who work out 5 days a week, but still don't know how to pay their bills. Still have bad spending habits. But anyway, please subscribe. All right, bye.